On today's episode of Weight Loss for Women Over 40, we are talking about how to recover from delayed onset muscle soreness, also known as DOMS. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk to you today about the two types of muscle soreness and my philosophy on whether being sore after a workout is a good thing or not. So, welcome to Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast. I am your host, Nikki T. And over the past 2 decades, I've helped over thousands of women get healthy and fit. And when I added in the mindset work into the mix, it just was such a game changer. That is when I really started to see my clients getting faster results and lasting even more results, right? Again, back in the day, I taught the dieter's mentality way of 1,200 calories and do the rolling workout, and it works, but it's not sustainable. So once you release the way you look at the whole weight loss process, everything shifts and weight loss becomes a lot easier. This is why I teach you a mindset method that is proven to get you the results that you want. So if you are ready to ditch dieting for good and get the body that you want to live in, I want to invite you to book a call with me today, and let's get you started on finding freedom in your body and around food. Work with me privately or in a group setting, and you can go book your call at weightlossforwomenover40.net/call. All the links that I talk about in today's show will be in the show notes or in the description wherever you are watching this. And if you are not quite ready to work together, no worries. Go grab your free copy of 5 Reasons You Are Not Losing Weight Over 40. It is a free ebook, and you can find it at my website at weightlossforwomenover40.net/book. All right, let's dive into how to recover from delayed onset muscle soreness, right? You guys have heard this called DOMS, right? So one of the fears with either starting a brand new exercise or being off and coming back, that day one feeling, right, is muscle soreness. And I get it. Actually, I remember being off for the summer for ballet, and we went straight into, at the end of the summer, we went straight into intensives, which as a personal trainer is not a good idea, but it was so intense. And I remember feeling fabulous on the first day. The second day I was a little sore, and then by the third day I could barely move, right? Same thing with workouts. Day one, you probably go in and you feel great and fabulous. And then day two, you're like, I'm not feeling so good. And then by day three, you're like, I can't even sit on the toilet. It hurts, right? There's moments where walking up the stairs, you're like trying to grab the handrails for dear life. And again, like I said, not being able to sit on the toilet is important, and not fear that you're going to get stuck on the toilet because you are too sore to stand up, right? I've been there many times and I get it. And I love all the memes that are out there, the GIFs with leg day and everything like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to go that way for you. So there are 2 types of muscle soreness in general. One type of soreness comes on immediately after your workout. The second soreness is one that kind of tricks you into thinking you're all right after a workout, and then bam, about 2 days later, right, you're crying because you can barely lift your arms up to brush your hair. That is what happened when I was in ballet. Immediate soreness seems to be related to lactic acid buildup in your muscles. The soreness tends to dissipate about 30 to 60 minutes post-workout, right? Current research suggests that latent soreness, or DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, is coming more from micro tears in the muscle fibers. Now, if you really kind of get into the anatomy of what you're doing when you're weight training, it sounds absolutely horrible. But basically, you are breaking down the muscle fibers, you're creating tears in the muscle, because then the body is going to rebuild it and build it stronger, right? So it is believed that DOMS soreness is from the eccentric contraction of a muscle. So if you're doing like a bicep curl, as you bend your elbow towards your shoulder, not your elbow, as you bend your hand towards your shoulder, right? Your elbow's bent. For those of you that are listening, right, not watching, you are making a concentric contraction, right? You're shortening that bicep muscle. As you lower the weight or straightening your arm out of that bicep curl, that is the eccentric part of the movement. That is where you're lengthening the muscle, right? It's the lowering phase. It's strenuous on your bicep muscle and really could develop DOMS in your that, if I could talk today, right? Could develop DOMS in your bicep. Again, it's not just in your bicep, it's in any muscle that you have, right? I know I used to get DOMS pretty darn good in my quads because I would do quad extensions, and as you extend the legs and then slowly lower it, you're getting that eccentric contraction. So DOMS is usually the soreness that literally bites you in the butt later on, right? So what can we do about this? Now, as a woman over 40, it's really important to warm up and cool down, right? So you're going to warm up before your workout and you're going to cool down after your workout. It is really vital and really important, okay? Especially, I mean, 40-ish, you may get away with a little bit, but as you get older, you really need to kind of warm that body up, get those ligaments warmed up, get the blood flowing, right? And then in the reverse when you're done your workout. So we need a little bit more time to get that blood circulating, and maybe a little bit more time to cool down in a workout. I'm telling you, it's worth it to do it. So if you are new to working out or you haven't worked out in a long time, make sure that you get the help that you need and designing a program that is specifically for you and tailored for your needs. I know for me, when you work privately with me, I do give you a customized workout that is tailored for you. If you go into my group programs currently, I have a proven workout that I give for the group, and it is pre-designed, but it has a warm-up and it has a cool down added into it, so you don't have to worry about that. If you do get DOMS, this is really important. Do not sit around and do nothing. I know it is super tempting to just sit and relax, and I'm not saying you can't do that, but just don't sit the entire day, right? Because it will make it so much worse. Go for a leisurely walk and then stretch. You can foam roll, you can do some yoga, take a hot, relaxing bath, and then stretch again. I know personally I use arnica gel on my muscles. I also use BioFreeze. Again, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies, but those are some of the things that I do. Another little gem is pineapple, right? Pineapple has bromelain in it, and it helps with the healing process. Again, because we're tearing down those muscle fibers to build them up and make them stronger, but pineapple will help you recover as well. So aim to stay away from those pain relievers. I get it. Me and Advil are besties. We used to be besties a long time ago when I was dancing, and I did not realize how much it affects your liver. So be careful with the ibuprofen. But in general, when you're taking a pain reliever, they tend to mask the pain, which is what they're supposed to do, right? But then you feel like you're fine and you go do activities which may worsen or increase the soreness, but you may wind up getting really hurt. So you may wind up tearing or pulling a muscle or something, pushing too hard, maybe overcompensating for the painful muscles that you are not feeling at that moment, right? So the big question is the goal of working out to have sore muscles afterwards, right? I have probably a different approach to this. For me, it depends on what your fitness goals are. So if you're training for a fitness competition or you're training in this time frame thing, whether maybe it's like an obstacle course race or something like that, you're probably going to be sore, right? Again, that's backing out the timeline, right? To allow that space for your body to adjust into whatever you're doing. But again, if you're doing a fitness competition or something like that, you're aiming to add a good bit of muscle, and you want to break down those muscle fibers and you want to cause those micro tears. That is how the muscle rebuilds. But you also want to incorporate rest, right? Again, this goes back to the beginning of like, get somebody, just saying, I do it really good, but get somebody to help you create a workout program that is designed for you. So again, depends on what your fitness goals are. So if you are looking to kind of quote unquote tone up or fit better in your clothes, then you may have some muscle soreness, but you don't need to be sore after every workout. And I get these clients that are like, but Nikki, if I'm not sore, I don't feel like I did anything, right? And me personally, I like to be a little sore, but it is not like DOM sore, right? And again, it's not even a majority of the time. In the back of my day, it was a majority of the time, but now that I'm 50, I don't want to be sore because it affects my day, right? It affects how I operate afterwards. And I like to be able to move and not feel like one big tight ball of muscle, right? Um, and not only that, but I think too, and this is in general, but for me as I'm aging, if I am not as sore, then other body parts aren't trying to come in and compensate, right? They chime in. So if my legs are sore and now all of a sudden my hips are kind of sore because I'm not stretching and I'm tight, and it just to me, it just creates this like whirlwind of like, this is not how I want to live my day, right? The other part is you have enough mind drama getting to your workouts or doing them that being sore adds a whole nother layer of like, I shouldn't go, or like, I don't want to do this, right? I don't want to the whole mind mix. So again, I talk a lot about mindset. That is one of the kind of tweaks that you can go into. Like, think about it. The last time you were sore, the last thing you wanted to do was go back into the gym or go work out. So I have always told my clients that if they are sore, right? So when you work with me, especially in the private coaching, we go slow, right? I pace you again. I have a background in physical therapy, and I want to make sure that you're not going to get injured and that you're going to pace yourself and you're not going to be sore again for all the reasons that I just said. But start off a little bit light, a little bit easier. If you are sore, again, warming up is vitally important, and cooling down and stretching those muscles, right? Loosening up those muscles will help the blood flow and help the circulation, right? So to recap, there are two types of muscle soreness, right? The right away one, which is usually the lactic acid buildup, and the second one is DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. When you are over 40, make sure you warm up and cool down. All you runners out there listening, I know you don't stretch, so make sure you stretch. Make sure you warm up, pace yourself, get it going, get a good, blood circulation going, and then get into your workout. Promise you, your muscles will thank you, and your joints. Get a workout that is tailored for you, right? Or, like I said, in my group program, I know my workouts are effective. I know that they're proven to work. They also have a warm up and a cool down, right? They'll walk you through it. Treat DOMS, if you have it, right? If you get that delayed onset muscle soreness, treat it by warming up, stretching, and basically moving your body a little bit easier that day, lighter on the weights. Again, because you got to remember your body's in an inflamed spot there if you're in DOMS. So be nice to it. So lastly, you do not need to be sore after every workout to get the body that you want to live in, right? So if you would like help putting this all together, you can work with me in two ways, either in my group program or in my customized private one-on-one coaching program. You can book your call to get started at weightlossforwomen over40.net/call. All right. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your workouts. If you need help, you know where to find me, and I will talk to you soon.